Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. You won't believe what happened to Michael Strahan on live television. The Good Morning America host, a man who's seen it all, from Super Bowl victories to interviewing the world's biggest stars, was visibly shaken and completely creeped out during a recent broadcast. It's a moment that had viewers buzzing and proved that even the most seasoned professionals can be caught off guard. We've all been there, right? That feeling when something just doesn't sit right, a shiver down your spine that tells you to pay attention. For Strahan, that feeling came courtesy of a seemingly innocuous discussion. The topic? A new piece of technology that's pushing the boundaries of what's possible and maybe, just maybe, crossing a line into the uncanny valley. The segment featured a guest demonstrating a hyper-realistic AI-powered doll. Now, before you roll your eyes, this wasn't some clunky plastic toy. This was something else entirely. The doll could mimic facial expressions, respond to human touch, and even hold a surprisingly coherent conversation. On the surface, it's a marvel of modern engineering. But as the demonstration went on, something shifted in the studio. Strahan, ever the professional, started the segment with his usual charm and curiosity. But as the doll's eyes, which were eerily lifelike, seemed to follow his every move, a flicker of discomfort crossed his face. He leaned back in his chair, a subtle but noticeable distance growing between him and the object of the segment. His co-hosts, initially fascinated, also began to show signs of unease. The turning point came when the guest asked the doll a question directly related to Strahan. "What do you think of Michael's smile?" the guest prompted. The doll's head tilted slightly, its painted lips curving into a smile that was just a little too perfect. A synthetic voice, disturbingly close to a human's, replied, "Michael has a very genuine and warm smile. It makes people feel at ease." That's when it happened. The casual banter on the set came to a screeching halt. A hush fell over the studio. Strahan's easygoing grin vanished, replaced by a look of genuine surprise and discomfort. He crossed his arms over his chest, a clear defensive posture. That's a little creepy," he stammered, his voice lower than usual. "It's like it knows too much." His co-host, Laura Spencer, quickly jumped in, trying to lighten the mood. "It's amazing technology, though, right?" But even her tone was laced with a hint of trepidation. The segment, which was supposed to be a fascinating look at the future, had taken a sharp turn into a sci-fi horror movie. This moment wasn't just a quirky television blooper. It was a powerful reminder of our complex relationship with technology. We're constantly pushing the boundaries, creating things that are smarter, faster, and more realistic than ever before. But at what point do we cross the line from innovation to invasion? When does something that's meant to be helpful become unsettling? Strahan's reaction resonated with so many of us because it was so human. It was a visceral, gut-level response to something that felt fundamentally wrong. It's the same feeling we get when we see a deep-fake video of a loved one, or when our smart speaker seems to respond to a conversation it wasn't supposed to hear. It's the feeling of the familiar becoming strange, of the human being mimicked by the inhuman. The GMA broadcast that day wasn't just about a creepy doll. It was about the conversation that's been bubbling under the surface for years. It's about our fears and anxieties, about a future where the lines between man and machine are blurred. It's about the emotional toll of progress and the moments that force us to pause and ask, just because we can, does it mean we should? Strahan, the football legend turned beloved TV host, became our avatar in that moment. He said what we were all thinking, and in doing so, he reminded us that even in a world of advanced technology, our human instincts, our ability to feel creeped out, to feel a sense of unease, are still our most valuable tools. And for that, we're all a little grateful, because sometimes a little creepiness is a good thing. It reminds us to stay human.